Today I'm going to explain the another problem on long transmission line and also surge impedance in the case of a long transmission line. Okay, first coming to the first problem. A three-phase overhead transmission line has the following line as a series impedance of, okay, in that we are giving the series impedance, that means the Z. Okay, Z is equal to the 200 at an angle of 80 degrees. Okay, that is the series impedance, that is Z. Therefore, Z is equal to the R plus JX. Then R plus JX is equal to the 200 at an angle of 80 degrees. Okay, and a total shunt admittance, that means of Y. Okay, total shunt admittance of 0.0013. Okay, the total shunt admittance of 0.0013 at an angle of 90.50 degree per phase. Okay, the shunt admittance means the Y is equal to the G plus JB. Y is equal to the G plus JB, that is equal to the 0.0013 at an angle of 90.50 degree per phase. Okay, the delivers a load of 80 megawatts. Delivers a load of 80 megawatts. That is the power. Okay, that is 80 megawatts at 0.8 power factor lagging. Therefore, cos phi r, that is the receiving end side power factor, that is equal to the 0.8 power factor. Okay, and 220 kilovolts voltage, receiving end voltage is equal to the 220 kilovolts between the lines. Okay, between the lines. Determine the sending end voltage. Determine the sending end voltage means the Vs. Okay, determine the sending end voltage means the Vs. And current by the Rijores method, and also the sending end current IS by using the Rijores methods. Okay, first what is the given data, that is Z is equal to 200 at an angle of 80 degrees and a total shunt admittance. Total shunt admittance means the Y is equal to 0.0013 at an angle of 90.50 degrees per phase. Okay, delivery a load means the receiving end power, that is 80 megawatts at 0.8 power factor lagging means the cos phi r. Okay, cos phi r is equal to the 0.8 power factor lagging. Okay, and 220 kilovolts, that means the receiving end voltage. The receiving end voltage is equal to the 220 kilovolts between the lines. Okay, determine the sending end voltage means the Vs and the sending end current means the Is by using the Rijores method of a long transmission line. Okay, this is the given data, that is series impedance Z is equal to 200 at an angle of 80 degrees per phase. Next one is the shunt admittance, that means the Y. Okay, Z is equal to the R plus JX. R plus J is equal to 200 at an angle of 80 degrees. 200 at an angle of 80 degrees per phase. And Y means the root of G plus JB, or the G plus JB. Okay, Y is equal to G plus JB, that is equal to 0.0013 at an angle of 90.50 degree per phase. Okay, this is the series impedance and a shunt admittance. Okay, and also in that question we are having the VR, that is the 220 kilovolts, and also the power factor is equal to the 0.8 lagging. Okay, and also in that given data, the power, that is receiving end power, the receiving end power P is equal to the receiving end power P is equal to the 80 kilometers. Okay, the power P is equal to the 80 megawatts. The power P is equal to the 80 megawatts. watts. Okay, in that question we are having the receiving end power, that is the PR. PR is equal to the 80 megawatts and power factor is equal to the 0.8 lagging, and then we find out the sending end voltage and then sending end current IS. Okay, we find out the sending end voltage and the sending end current by using the Rigorous method. Okay, this is the given data. By using this given data, we find out the value for that sending end voltage and sending end current. First, we write down the formulas for that sending end voltage and the sending end current. Okay, Vs is equal to AVR plus BIR. Okay, the sending end power, that is the sending end voltage Vs is equal to the AVR plus BIR, and then Is is equal to CVR plus DIR. Okay, the generalized equations for that sending end voltage, that is the Vs. Okay, the generalized equation for that Vs is equal to the, therefore the sending end voltage Vs is equal to the AVR plus BIR. Okay, VR is the receiving end voltage. Okay, A and B are the auxiliary constants. AVR plus BIR. IR is the receiving end current. Okay, this is the formula for our generalized equation for that sending end voltage, and also we are having the generalized equation for that sending end current, that is Is. Is is equal to the CVR plus Is is equal to the CVR plus DIR. Okay, first we find out the, first we are having the VR. Okay, VR is equal to 220 kilovolts, but it is the phase value. Then it will be converted into the line value. Okay, then we obtain the current, receiving end current, that is the IR. Okay, we already well known about the formula for that power, that is power P equal to VR IR cos phi R. Okay, by using that power, we calculate the current, receiving end current, that is IR is equal to P by VR cos phi R. Okay, when we are taking the three phase, means we are considering as the √3 cos phi R. Okay, into √3. Okay, in that power is equal to the 80 megawatts by √3 into VR is the 220 kilovolts and cos phi R is equal to 0.8 power factor. By using this formula, we find out the IR value and then substitute this VR and IR in this Vs equation. After that, we calculate the AB values by using this auxiliary constants are the line constants of a long transmission line. We are having the formula for that auxiliary constants. We are having two methods, that is, one is the auxiliary methods and other one is the real angle methods. We are having the formulas for that A, B, C, D values, that is the auxiliary constants. Okay, first suppose we are using the complex angle method, that is A is equal to the 1 plus A is equal to the 1 plus the auxiliary constant A is equal to D is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2 plus Y square Z square by 24 plus Y cube Z cube by 720 plus and so on. Okay, by using this complex angle method, the A value, that is A is equal to D is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2 plus Y square Z square by 24 plus Y cube Z cube by 720 plus and so on. After that, we write down the formula for that B, that is B is equal equal to the z into 1 plus yz by 6 plus y square z square by 120 plus y cube z cube by 5040. Okay, this in that formula 2 means the 2 factorial, 24 means the 4 factorial, 720 means the 6 factorial. Okay, in that B formula yz by 6, 6 means the 3 factorial, and this is the 7 factorial, and this is the 9 factorial. Okay, 3 5 7. Okay, 3 5 7 factorials. After that we write down the formula for that C, that is C is equal to y into 1 plus yz by 2. Okay, 1 plus yz by 2. ఇక్కడ రెండు ప్లస్సెస్ ఉన్నాయమ్మా. Okay, 1 plus 1 plus yz by 6 plus z square y square by 120 plus y cube z cube by 5040 plus and so on. Okay, this is the various formulas that will be related in the case of A, B, C, D values. Okay, after find out this A, B, C, D values, and then we substitute this VR, IR and AB values, and then we determine the sending end voltage. We determine the sending end voltage, that is the Vs. Okay, first write down the formulas for that ABCD values. After that we determine that ABCD values, and then we find out the sending end voltage and also sending end current. Okay, next coming to the solution, that is first of all it is a 3-phase system, means then we converted into the phase voltage. Okay, VR is equal to 220 kilovolts, that means 220 into 1000 by root 3, that is 127,000 volts. Okay, 127 kilovolts, that is the VRL, line voltage, VRL. Next, after that we calculate the receiving end power. The receiving end power IR is equal to, what is the formula for that receiving end current? IR is equal to the P by root 3 VRL cos phi. Okay, VR phase into cos phi. Okay, P by root 3 VR into cos phi. Okay, then we calculate that IR is equal to 262.43 amperes. IR is equal to 262.43 amperes. Okay, that is the receiving end current. After that we calculate the power factor angle. Power factor means the cos phi. Okay, power factor means the cos phi. Then we calculate the power factor angle. Okay, then we calculate the power factor angle. That is the power factor angle means the pi is equal to the cos inverse of 0.8, that is 36.87 degrees. Okay, pi is equal to the cos inverse of 0.8, that is 36.87 degrees. Okay, that is the power factor angle. Okay, that is the power factor angle. The power factor angle cos phi is equal to the pi is equal to the cos inverse of 0.8, cos inverse of 0.8. Okay, then it is obtained 36.87 degrees. Okay, then after that we write down the VR is equal to VR at an angle of 0 degrees. Then we write down the IR, that is IR is equal to 262.43 at an angle of minus 36.87. Okay, in that IR is equal to 262.43. After that we calculate the power factor angle, that is phi is equal to 36.87. Okay, what is the formula for that IR? IR is equal to the, first write down the formula for that VR. VR is equal to VR bar into 1 plus J0. VR is equal to the VR bar into 1 plus J0. Okay, in that VR is equal to 127 kilovolts. 127 kilovolts. That means 120 into 1000 into 1 plus J0. then it will be converted into angle form. Then it is equal to the 127 kilovolts at an angle of 0 degrees. At an angle of 0 degrees. Okay, that will be mentioned in that PR. After that, we calculate the IR, that is the receiving end current. After that, we calculate the IR, that is the receiving end current. IR is equal to the IR bar. Okay, IR is equal to the IR bar into cos phi R minus J sin phi R, cos phi R minus J sin phi R. Okay, this is the formula for that IR, and then substitute that IR, that is 262.43, and to cos phi R means the 0.8 minus J sin phi R means the 0.6. Okay, after that, then it will be converted into angle form. Then it will be obtained 262.43 at an angle of minus 36.87 degrees. After calculating these values, then we obtain the IR is equal to the 262.43 at an angle of minus 36.87 degrees. Okay, next we calculate the Y into Z. We already given the given data, that is Y and also Z. Substitute that Y value and Z value. After that, we multiply that Y into Z value. Then we obtain these values. Then we calculate the Y square and Z square. After that, we calculate the Y cube and Z cube. For simple calculation, before going to the formula substitution, before we are calculating the YZ, Y square, Z square and Y cube and Z cube, for easy calculation purpose, before doing that formula substitutions, we calculate the YZ, Y square, Z square and also Y cube, Z cube and also Y cube, Z cube. Okay, after that we calculate the A, B, C, D values by using that A, B, C, D formulas. Okay, by using the real angle method or by using the complex angle method. Okay, that is by using that formulas, we determine the ABCD constants. Okay, now I am taking the auxiliary constants by using the complex angle method. By using the complex angle method, we determine the auxiliary line constants. Okay, the formula in the case of the complex angle method, the formula for that A is equal to D is equal to the 1 plus YZ by 2 plus Y square Z square by 24 plus Y cube Z cube by 720 plus Y cube Z cube by 720. Okay, while substituting that values, that is YZ is equal to minus 0.25605 minus 0.25605 plus J 0.04514. Okay, that is the YZ value. Substitute 1 plus YZ means that value by 2 plus Y square Z square. Okay, plus Y square Z square means 0.0676 at an angle of 340 degrees. Okay, by 24 plus Y cube Z cube means the Y cube Z cube means the minus 0.01522 plus J 0.008788. Okay, that is the values for that YZ, Y square, Z square, Y cube, Z cube. That will be substituted in this A equal to D equal to formula. Then we simplify that values. Then we obtain the 0.8749 at an angle of 1.42 degrees. Okay, after substitution of this YZ value and Y square Z square and Y cube Z values in that formula, then we calculate that A is equal to D is equal to, that is 0.8749 at an angle of 1.42 degrees. Okay, 0.8749 at an angle of 1.42 degrees. Okay, after that we calculate the B, that is B is equal to the Z into 1 plus YZ by 6. Okay, B is equal to Z into 1 plus YZ by 6 plus Y square Z square by 120 plus Y cube Z cube by 5040 plus and so on. Okay, then we have substitute that values, that is we already given in that question, that is Z is equal to the 200 at an angle of 80 degrees. Okay, 200 at an angle of 80 degrees into 1 plus YZ by 6. YZ means the minus 0.25605 plus J 0.04515 by 6 plus Y square Z square means the 0.0676 at an angle of 300 degrees. Okay, at an angle of 340 degrees. That is the value for that Y square Z square by 120 plus Y cube Z cube. Y cube Z cube is equal to the minus 0.01522 plus J 0.008788. Okay, substitute these all the values in that formula and then simplify that equation. And then we obtain the 191.57 at an angle of 80.43 degrees. Okay, while calculating that values, we obtaining the B is equal to the 191.57 at an angle of 80.43 degrees. At an angle of 80.43 degrees. Okay, after that we calculate the C, that is C is equal to the Y into C is equal to the Y into 1 plus, okay, C is equal to the C is equal to the Y into 1 plus YZ by 6 plus Y square Z square by 120 plus Y cube Z cube by 5040 plus and so on. Okay, in that the difference between that B formula and C formula is B is equal to Z into 1 plus YZ by 6 plus Y square Z square by 120 plus Y cube Z cube by 5040. Okay, same as that of the C is equal to the Y into 1 plus Y into 1 plus YZ by 6 plus Y square Z square by 120 plus Y cube Z cube by 5040. Okay, that is the formula for that C. Only the difference is instead of Z we are taking as the Y. Okay, instead of Z we are taking as the Y, that is C is equal to the Y into 1 plus YZ by 6 plus Y square Z square by 120 plus Y cube Z cube by 5040. Okay, after that we substitute that values, that is Y is equal to the 0.0013 at an angle of 90.50. Okay, Y is equal to the 0.0013 at an angle of 90.50. Okay, we substitute that value in that C formula, that is Y into 1 plus YZ. Okay, what is the value for that YZ? Y into Z is equal to the minus 0.25605 plus J 0.04515. Okay, that is the value for that YZ. Okay, YZ by 6 plus YZ by 6 plus Y square Z square. Okay, Y square Z square is the 0.0676 at an angle of 340 degrees. Okay, by 120 plus Y cube Z cube. Okay, plus Y cube Z cube. Okay, what is the value for that Y cube Z cube? That is minus 0.01522 plus J 0.008788. Okay, by 5040. Okay, then we calculate that values. After that we obtaining, that is C is equal to the minus 0.001245 at an angle of 90.40 degrees. At an angle of 90.40 degrees. Okay, that is the values for that A, B, C, D. Okay, A, B, C, D. Okay, then substitute that values in that Vs and Is equations. Okay, that is the sending end voltage and the sending end currents. Okay, what is the formula for that sending end voltage? The formula for that sending end voltage, Vs is equal to the AVR plus BIR. Okay, AVR plus BIR. Okay, what is the value for that A? That is 0.8749 at an angle of 1.42 degrees. Okay, that is the value for that A, and then substitute the VR. Okay, what is the value for that VR? VR is equal to 127,000 at an angle of 0 degrees. Okay, after that plus BIR plus BIR. What is the value for that B? B is equal to 191.57 at an angle of 80.43 degrees. At an angle of 80.43 degrees. Okay, that is the value for that B. After that, we substitute that IR. What is the value for that IR? While calculating that IR by using the formula of power P. Okay, what is the value for that IR? After calculating that IR, then we substitute IR is equal to IR into cos phi r minus j sin phi r. Okay, that will be 262.43 at an angle of minus 36.87. Okay, 262.43 at an angle of minus 36.87 degrees. Okay, after calculating this all the values, and then we obtain the 152174 at an angle of 14.23 degrees. At an angle of 14.23 degrees. Okay, same as that of we calculate the sending end current, that is Is. Okay, same as that of we calculate the sending end current, that is Is. Okay, what is the generalized equation for that Is? Is is equal to the CVR plus DIR. Okay, in that C, what is the value for that C? That is minus 0.001245 at an angle of 90.40. At an angle of 90.40 into, what is the value for that VR? VR is equal to 127,000 at an angle of 0 degrees. At an angle of 0 degrees plus DIR. Okay, what is the value for that D? D is equal to the A. A is equal to D is equal to 0.8749 at an angle of 1.42 degrees. Okay, A is equal to D is equal to 0.8749 at an angle of 1.42 degrees. Okay, after that we calculate that, we simplify that values, and then we obtain the Is is equal to 187.5 at an angle of 7.65 degrees. Okay, this is the values for that sending end voltage and the sending end current. Okay, this is the values for that sending end voltage and the sending end currents. Okay, this is the solution for that problem. This is the solution for that problem. Okay, అర్థమైందమ్మా? Next, what is meant by the surge impedance? అర్థమైందమ్మా problem?
అర్థమైంది మేడం.
Okay, that is the problems related to the long transmission line. In that unit, next topic is the surge impedance. Okay, first of all, what is meant by the surge impedance? Okay, it is also called as the characteristic impedance. Okay, the surge impedance is also called as the characteristics impedance of a lossless or loss-free transmission line. Okay, due to that surge impedance, we are obtaining the sum of the losses. That's why we calculate the how much amount of surge impedance are there in the case of a transmission line is one of the major criteria in the case of a long transmission line. Okay, it is also called as the characteristic impedance of a lossless transmission line. Okay, it is also called natural impedance. Okay, the surge impedance is also called as the natural impedance because this impedance has nothing to do with the load impedance. Okay, since line is assumed to be lossless, the line is assumed to be lossless, it is called as the characteristics impedance. Since the line is assumed to be lossless, it is called as the characteristic impedance. Okay, that means the series resistance and the shunt conductance is negligible. That means the series resistance means the R, and also the shunt conductance, that means the G, is negligible, that is of 0 for power lines, that is 0 for the power lines. Okay, in the case of a long transmission lines, the surge impedance is also called as the natural impedance. Okay, the surge impedance is the characteristics impedance for a lossless transmission line. Okay, in this series resistance, that is the R is equal to the 0, and the shunt conductance, that is G, is equal to the 0. For a loss-free transmission line, it is also called as the natural impedance. Okay, for lossless line, the Z is equal to the J omega L. Normally, the impedance Z is equal to the R plus JXL. But in the lossless or loss-free transmission line, the Z is equal to the J omega L, where R is equal to 0. That's why only we represent the Z is equal to the J omega L, and also Y is equal to the J omega C. Okay, in that also Y is equal to the G plus JB, in that G is also equal to the 0. That's why we represent only, that is the J omega C. Okay, Y is equal to the J omega C. Hence, according to that definition, the surge impedance is ZS, the surge impedance is the ZS. Okay, it is indicated by the ZS. Okay, it is also called as the characteristic impedance, that is the ZC. Okay, that is the ZC. Okay, that is also written as ZC is equal to the square root of J omega L by J omega C. Okay, square root of J omega L by J omega C. Okay, in that J omega C and J omega L gets cancelled. In that J omega and J omega gets cancelled. Then we obtain the, okay, then now we obtain the L by C, that is the square root of L by C. Therefore, the surge impedance ZS or the characteristic impedance ZC is equal to the square root of L by C, square root of L by C. Okay. Next, as a characteristics impedance, ZC is equal to the Z by Y. Okay, where characteristic impedance ZC is equal to the Z by Y, where Z is the series impedance per unit length per phase, and Y is the shunt admittance, where Z is the series impedance, Z is the series impedance per unit, and Y is the shunt admittance. Okay, normally the Z is equal to the R plus J omega L, and Y is equal to the G plus J omega C, and Y is equal to the G plus J omega C. Okay, that is the surge impedance or the characteristics impedance. Okay, the surge impedance is also called as the characteristics impedance or a natural impedance of a lossless transmission line. Okay, while taking the lossless transmission line, the surge impedance is also called as the characteristics impedance. Okay, the surge impedance is also called as the characteristic impedance or the natural impedance for a loss-free transmission line. Okay, while taking that loss-free transmission line means in that the resistance and the shunt conductance is equal to 0. Okay, while taking the loss-free transmission line, the resistance and the conductance is equal to the 0. While considering the resistance and conductance is equal to the 0, then the Z is equal to the J omega L and Y is equal to the J omega C. Okay, therefore the surge impedance ZS is equal to the ZC, that is equal to the square root of J omega L by J omega C. Okay, where J omega gets cancelled, then we obtain ZC is equal to root of L by C. Okay, root of L by C, where L is the Z and C is the Y. Where L is the Z and C is the Y. Okay, why? Because we are taking the L and C is equal to the Z and Y means that normally Z is equal to R plus L. But in the loss-free transmission line, R is equal to 0, then Z is equal to the L. And also Y is equal to the G plus JB. That means the C is equal to the Y. G is equal to the 0, then C is equal to the Y. Okay, therefore the characteristic impedance ZC is equal to the Z by Y. Okay, therefore ZC is written as the Z by Y. Okay, where ZC is equal to the square root of L by C. ZC is equal to square root of L by C. Okay, that means L is equal to the Z and Y is equal to the C. Okay, L is equal to the Z and Y is equal to the C. Therefore, ZC is equal to square root of Z by Y. Therefore, ZC is equal to the square root of Z by Y or the Z by Y, where Z is the series impedance per unit length per phase and Y is the shunt admittance per unit length per phase. Okay, normally in the normal line or normally